Hiya, my name's Graham and welcome to Rimmer's Music, the piano people. And today I'm here with the fabulous Paul Thirkettle, who's going to show me the latest Yamaha PSR-SX920 arranger workstation. I can't wait to hear it. Come on, let's have a listen, Paul.
Here we go.
Wow, it sounds absolutely fantastic. But just before you go more in depth with this keyboard, let's just take a look at the fabulous look and design of this keyboard. It looks absolutely fabulous with its 7-inch touch colour screen. It's got 8 assignable buttons and an assignable joystick controller. It's easy to operate, and particular with its new colour buttons with lovely lights. It's got a lovely sharp line to the cabinet as well. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's got great connectivity on the back and a headphone socket on the front. And to finish it off, it has an FSB touch sensitive keyboard. Let's take a closer look inside this keyboard now with Paul Thirkettle. Okay, Paul, what can you tell me about this new fabulous keyboard?
Well, SX920, of course, the bigger brother to the PSR-SX920 that we've also just launched. What a wonderful instrument. Inside, we have over 1,500 voices, Graham.
That's well 1,500.
Yeah, well over 1,500 voices.
Wow.
But the really important thing to think about is that those voices are made up of some very special things. We have a feature called super articulation, which Yamaha users will be quite used to because it's been on previous instruments. And it's where, for instance, if you take a guitar sound, when you play the guitar sound, you're not just hearing the guitar sound, you're hearing all of the articulations as well. Things like the guitar slide, or the fret noise when the guitarist takes his fingers off, so on and so forth. So we've got super articulation, right?
Yep.
Now, if you move up to our very top of the range, our flagship instrument, the Genos 2, it has something called Super Articulation 2. So you have many more of these nuances. The instrument really reacts to how you play it. And you don't even have to really think about it. The instrument just works out what a real instrument would sound like, and it does it. You've also got articulation buttons across to the left-hand side on Genos 2. Well, SX920, for the very first time at this price point, we have Super Articulation 2 voices on board. We also have something brand new, Super Articulation Plus, which is a new feature on any Yamaha keyboard.
Right.
So that is, it's not just a super articulation voice with one articulation. This has 2 articulations. So you could say it kind of sits in the middle of super articulation and super articulation 2. Should we have a listen?
Yeah, let's have a listen. It just makes it sound a lot more real, doesn't it? That's what it does.
It really does make the sound real.
Yeah.
So when I'm playing, I'm going to select a concert guitar, and you can see it says SR Plus. So this is a Super Articulation Plus voice, and it sounds like this. Now with the pedal, I can press one of the buttons. I can use the pedal to activate one of the buttons. So when I get to that point, I want to bring the harmonics in.
Okay. All right. So instead of pressing it there, you can do it with your foot.
I can do it with my foot.
Cool.
And that means I can do things like this. Now, if I add a style to that.
Beautiful.
Isn't that amazing?
It is really amazing.
So the sounds on board, the voices as we call them, are all voiced correctly. So they just, oh, they sound amazing. Let's have another example. This is a Super Articulation 2 voice.
Right.
Very first time we've had it at this price point.
Yeah.
This is the beautiful ballad clarinet with a wonderful style called 90s Ultimate Ballad.
What's that thing where it was going like? Bloop?
That's the articulation. So depending on how you play the keyboard,
oh, it's like they're going. Bloop.
As a real player would do.
Yes, they do.
But if I play the key separately,
wow, that's brilliant. That, really good.
So you can manipulate the voice in any way that you want. It's absolutely, you just got to try it. You got to play it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be trying that.
Yeah. Should we have a listen to? We've been playing with some styles there.
Yeah.
And for those people who don't know what styles are, it's a backing band. We've got 575 of them on board the SX920. Each one of those styles contains 4 one-touch settings. Now, you might be saying, well, what's one-touch settings? Well, imagine you have a band.
Yeah.
And, of course, you need to choose what sounds that you're going to play with that band. Well, on board, one-touch settings give you that facility. So I can say, okay, I want to play, I'll tell you what, let's do some country music. So I'm going to select country folk ballad.
And it'll set 4 of these for all the, what was it?
575.
So you've got 4 times that.
Yeah. What's that, Graham?
I don't know.
Do
2,000.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of settings. So how it works is basically like this. I've selected country folk. I've used introduction. So we've got introductions, we've got variations, and we've got endings. And I've got 4 one-touch settings for each style on board. Okay? Here we go. Introduction number 2. Here we go. Piano.
I like what you do with that guitar. You bend it a little bit.
Use the pitch bend.
Yeah.
And of course, the strings that you heard are coming down from our top of the range flagship, Genos 2. Those are Kino strings. So the extra 250 voices that are on board this more so than its predecessor.
Right.
They're all really useful voices.
So 250 brand new voices for in here.
Yeah, voices that
never been before in a keyboard at this price
and they've came down into SX920,
wow.
which is stunning. Do you want one more?
Yeah, go on.
Let's have something a bit fresh, a bit new. This is called 90s Dream House. I like this one. Live controllers.
Wow.
So I can affect the sound just like you could on a workstation. I can affect the sound. It's all editable. Incidentally, the joystick, as you mentioned before, this has now joined the assignable family.
Right.
So I can edit and change what the joystick does as well, which we couldn't do before. Now we can. So it sounds amazing.
Oh,
right?
It does absolutely sound fantastic.
In fact, I get quite excited when I play.
Yeah.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, just
let's finish off with this.
Yeah, give us another style.
This is again one of my favorites. In fact, they're all one of my favorites. It's brilliant because all of the styles, of course, have been revoiced. So using all of the new voices, all of the styles have been revoiced. So even if we've got some Yamaha owners out there that say, "Oh, I've got one of those styles," you might have the same name, but it's completely revoiced. Wow. For instance, have a listen to this. Using a new wah guitar. Let's go back to the 70s.
Oh, I like that. Goodness me, what a fantastic sound. Took me straight back to the 70s. I can't wait to see the recording and song features available. It's like a recording studio, isn't it?
Oh, well, it is. I mean, to be fair, you really don't need anything else. It's all within the SX920 Arranger Workstation. That's why we call them Arranger Workstations, because they're not just keyboards. You know, instead of you having a whole recording suite and all the stuff that goes with it, you know, you've got to have the MIDI keyboards and the computers and all the software. And one, you've got to have the equipment, and two, you've got to know how to use it. Many people don't kind of want that. But let's get back to basics and show you exactly what this can do. Incidentally, we were just finishing off with the styles earlier. Well, the reason the styles sound so good is because we've got double the insertion effects in this instrument.
Double insertion effects.
So we've got 4 insertion effects on the 920. We've got 2 insertion effects on the 720, which was double what we had on our previous instrument. We also had, and I've got to mention this because it's great, the opening song. If you want to go back and listen to the opening song, we've got crossfade portamento. Right. So that allows you to, it's not super articulation, it's a way that you can slide between the notes and you can adjust the timing. It's brilliant. Right. Have a try. But you can use all of that in recording. Now, recording is an area that, you know, is brilliant because whether you're an amateur or a professional, everybody can use recording. An amateur can record what they've played to check their progress. It's a really good way of monitoring your progress, because you think, actually that wasn't that bad. It wasn't too bad. Oh, it was, no, that was terrible. I got to practice some
Well, that's
more.
usually me. Yeah.
So let's first of all have a look at how you would record, because it's so simple. We're going to use just a piano sound, just for ease of use. So I've selected CFX Concert Grand, which is one of our, well, it is the top of the range concert grand that Yamaha make, and it's an acoustic instrument. It's sampled, it's recorded, and it's in here, and it sounds amazing. Of course, it's touch sensitive, so if you play it softly, if you hit it harder, I have octave buttons there, so I can move the octave. So I haven't got 88 notes, but I've just played bottom C because I moved the octave down, so you can...
It's 61, isn't it?
Yes, 61 note. So I'm really playing C down here, just with the octave shift. So it's...
I'll have to remember that. I'm going to try doing that. Up or down.
Now, what happens if I wanted to... Let's say I've got a song in my head.
Yeah.
And I want to just record it. Let's say I'm a guitarist. Let's say I'm a singer. And I'm writing songs and I've got an idea in my head and I want to record it. Well, there's nothing as easy as just pressing the record button. You've got now some options. Let's just use quick recording.
Quick record, yeah.
And off. Let's just play a very simple scale. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's done. Let's press stop.
Right.
And I want to save it because I don't want to lose it. So I've pressed save and it's now took me to user, which is the internal memory, or I can save it to a USB stick. I'm just going to click save. It says new song. I can put a name in there.
Yeah, I get it. Oh,
so
that's it. So that's it. That's recorded and stored in the machine.
That's recorded and stored in the machine now. Right, so when I come to play it back, there it is. Now, Graham, let's be honest. There's nothing new about recording. We've been recording for eons. However, I can now press a button that's called score.
Yeah.
And in this case, we've actually taken a lead and we've connected a monitor. So you're seeing here what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
If I press score, you're not only now hearing what I'm played, but you can now see what I've played.
That's brilliant if you're a songwriter, isn't it?
Which is
fantastic.
Awesome. It's absolutely brilliant.
So you can see it there, or you can output it.
Yeah,
you've got to get a little thing, haven't you, in between?
Yeah, you've got to get it. It comes out from USB.
Yeah,
and you get a
easy, though,
device.
Yeah.
You can tell everyone what it is,
that.
and then you can convert it to a HDMI socket, so you can plug it in your TV. Right. Now that's great because one, you've got a much bigger screen.
Yeah.
Two, you could use that for karaoke parties.
Oh.
Because on board the instrument, we've got lots of other features. But let's just carry on with that recording for a bit, because that was one track. Okay, we've recorded one track, which is just the piano. But let's say you've got maybe a son or a daughter studying music at school,
right? And
they want to do composition.
Yeah.
They want to write a 16-part piece of music.
Well, that's exactly what my son did. He did it for GCSE.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's he going to get 16 musicians?
Well, exactly.
From?
It was hard work.
They're all in there. We've got over 1,500, as we said before.
We should have had one of these then.
So now he can go into, as we saw on the screen when I pressed record, we've got multi-record. And now you can see we've got 16 tracks that he can record in. Brilliant. So not only is it a very easy way to get your song out and think, oh, I want to get it recorded, and I've now actually got a piece of sheet music, I can then go on and start to add the bass player and the drummer and the strings and the guitars, and I can compose a whole piece of music using the 16-track sequencer on board. You can also play audio files, which we'll do in just a second. But you know what? I know you're a bit of a singer, aren't you? And I think all of our viewers know that you're a bit of a singer.
That bitter one, that's probably the right phrase.
How would you feel about having a sing song? Because this instrument also has vocal harmony.
All
so
right.
for anyone going out gigging, you know, if you go to the local pub on a Friday night and you want to do a bit of a karaoke session,
yeah.
or what about the kids that have got, you know, a band,
Yeah.
and they want to start doing a bit of stuff? You've got things like playlist, where you can put your songs in order. In fact, I'm using it for this video,
Right.
so I know exactly where I am. I can go from the next part to the next to the next. So you put it all in a list. As part of that, you can plug a microphone in. You can also plug a guitar in separately. You can plug a guitar in with effects. So when you plug the guitar in, look at this. You can use effects so that you can change the sound, distortion and chorus and so on and so forth. But in this case, we're going to plug a microphone in. And if you hadn't noticed already...
Is that what this is for?
That's what that's for. Now, we're going to use, in this case, we're going to use a MIDI file.
Okay.
Commercially available. You can load in a MIDI file, and a MIDI file will use the instruments on board the instrument to make the song. So I've loaded up the MIDI file.
Okay.
And I'm going to press start. And now, once we've started, I can edit things. So, for instance, here's a well-known song. I can adjust volumes if I want. But listen. Sing this one, right? Yeah. Well, if you want to sing it, obviously I'm going to take the lead line out. So now I can go in and just your voice.
You come to me. Give me everything I need.
Really good, yeah.
You give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. You speak the language of love like you know what it means.
And if you want to play along, the chords are already
there. It can't be wrong.
Should we put some harmony on?
Come on, man.
Here we go.
Take my heart and make it strong.
Here we go.
You're simply the best. You're better than all the rest. Better than anyone I've ever met.
You know what, Graham, that's so much
I'm stuck on you. Oh, getting going then.
It's like the fridge door comes on, the light comes on. Do you want to do another 20 minutes?
Brilliant. That's
Isn't
brilliant.
that really
The
good?
harmonies are fantastic as well, aren't
And
they?
of course, you can adjust all of that. You can change all of that.
I can even learn the song and do a song I know next
Yeah.
time as well.
Well, I'm sorry if I put you on the spot there. But yeah, you can change all the harmonies. You know, you can have single harmonies. You can have 2 harmonies. You can have 3 harmonies. You can adjust all the pitch.
Really?
You can adjust the recognition, so it can pitch correct.
Wow.
It's all
Could
in
do
there.
a bit of that on there.
It's all in there. Talking of vocals,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something now that is really cool.
Right.
So we've got multipads on board the instrument, and what multipads does is, well, for Yamaha owners, they'll know what multipads do, but it adds in other phrases, other kind of percussion, extra things that they can put in their style. It's chord matched, it's tempo matched, so you can have a little guitar riff going and so on and so forth. But you can also use the multipads to control the audio files.
All right.
So I've loaded in an audio file.
Yeah.
Of a singer. I've brought my own singer. Not that you weren't good.
Sorry about that.
I brought my own singer. So,
I wasn't the best.
So I'm going to use the multipads to trigger that.
Oh yeah.
Have a listen to this. It's really great.
Hey friend, I just had to call you to say hi. Well, it's been such a long, long time. Wonder what you're doing with your life. Hey, 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 old friend. Lately spent time thinking about those days. All the crazy things we do and say. Maybe start remembering games we'd play. Hey, hey. if we should meet, how will you be? Wonder what you think of me. So many changes, rearranging, going through so many phases. Time flies. Time flies. Time flies. Yeah, time flies. Say, friend, strange how often you've been on my mind. Times and places left so far behind, but they'll stay forever yours and mine. Yeah, yeah. And if we should meet, how will you be? Wonder what you think of me. So many changes, rearranging, going through so many phases. Time flies. Time flies. Time flies. Yeah, time flies.
Oh my goodness me. Wow.
How good is that?
This keyboard is absolutely awesome. The Yamaha PSR-SX920. I can't thank you enough, Paul, for
You're
showing
welcome.
me this.
You're welcome.
But just so you know, this is available on our Rimmers Music website right now and from all our Rimmers Music stores. I can't thank Paul enough for showing me this, and I can't wait to have a go at it. If you've got a part exchange, get in touch with us and we may just take it off you. We can deliver it to any UK mainland location as well. You need to get yourself a fabulous Yamaha PSR-SX920. I think it's absolutely awesome. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you soon with your new keyboard.